Hi guys, so today I have this new set. It's so cute. It's from Diamond Press. It's called Sewing Flowers. If you saw in their email blasts or maybe in the previews now at this point or there on HSN, you'll know that it is just adorable. So they did send design free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. You guys, super cute, nice and sizable, so it's not, you know, a hard thing to stitch up. But what is really adorable also and awesome is that Diamond Press included pretty much everything you need for this. So let me remove that. Oh my goodness, look at this little guy. Oh, that is so cute. That's the needle threader. So it comes with a plastic needle. It's not the smallest needle, so it has a really nice eye. And then it comes with a little needle threader that has like the little flower on there. I hope you can see that's the needle threader. And then look at this, you guys. Oh my gosh. It includes colors of embroidery floss for you. So you have white, a nice deep kind of yellowy orange color, your pink, your green, and your brown for your accents and things and leaves and all that kind of stuff. How cute is that? Of course, you can pair it with any embroidery floss you have at home. It does come with a marquee cutting folder. Again, this is for the marquee die cutting system, but you can definitely run these thin metal dies through any machine that cuts thin metal dies. And then your stamps. So let's check this out really quickly, and we'll just get started, guys. So you have your I guess stamps and then die cuts that you can pair up. So even this one has a little stamp, but then you can die cut, and that helps you kind of cover the center. A lot of times the center looks nice and neat and cute anyway, so with your stitching. So if you want to use that, you don't have to use that. You can pop a little rhinestone in there if you want it to be shiny or whatever you want, right? Or maybe just use the die and do like gold paper and stick that down. Again, so everyone has kind of like a pairing. So you have the stamp, and then the center one on this one specifically has like a little center and then even accent on that, and you would die cut that. Little flowers, you have some little leaves. This one is also something you can stitch up, so this little guy is like a little cup. This one has like that same little cup shape, but then it has like little guys in the background. You have green leaves. Some of them are just to be stamped, which is great if you want to do a little quicker project. Some have the stitching holes there. This is, again, it's just a flower, just like an accent flower, a little accent bouquet, I suppose, stems it looks like. And then they're talking here about how to thread your needle and just add sewing detail. So of course you can do this however you like, because a lot of times you can follow the pattern of the holes. You can do something different. So with this one, they're saying start in that center hole is 5, and then for one of them branch out to 3. The next one branch out to the 3 that are like near it, or 4, I guess. Well, it depends. This one has 3, this one has 4, that one has 4. So just, again, whatever you feel comfortable with, however you want to stitch that out. And then you pop your center in there. This one, in each little area, each petal has its own little area that you're going to sew up or stitch up. This one's really cute. You can go crisscross like that, or, you know, you can do lots of different things. And then in the one behind it, you would stitch to the little like sepals or whatever you call those up there. And then this one again, oh, this one actually does have like a little stitching in it if you would like, from one side to the other. And then that guy. And then you have your labels, or however you want to do it. So with sympathy and love, thinking of you and sending love and prayers, whatever you need, whenever you need it. I'm here for you. Have a beautiful day. So you're someone special, thinking of you. So it has pretty much everyday sentiments, and then some really nice sentiments that are more of like sympathy type sentiments for someone special. You are so nice, sending you hugs, you know. And those can be the labels. So it's really cute about that is that you can have that kind of like as your focal, and then the flowers are kind of laid in behind there. So again, really nice labels. I love those just for everyday die cuts, right? And then the stamps on really pretty pastel carriers. A nice little look to them there. So what we're going to do is get to stamping and stitching. So I will be right back. So I just grabbed a few different things. Make a few different flowers. And we will go from there. I don't know if I need a stamping platform, but possibly. So I was like, you know, what if, normally I stamp just like a white with colored inks, but I was like, well, you know what, let's try something a little bit different. I'm going to start off with pink paper, and I'm going to definitely do one of these big guys. And I'm gonna stamp it there, and I'm gonna stamp with also pink, but just on a colored paper. And I think I'm gonna have that as like a focal flower, and then we'll come in and do some of these other guys. So let me get this on here. This ink is very juicy, so we'll see how it looks. I'll probably do it twice. Yeah. I think that's all that one has for now. It's gonna have a center flower thing, like an accent. So let me grab something. I'm just gonna clean that off. Okay. And then I grabbed some accent like yellows and oranges for like that little kind of cuppy looking flower. And I'm gonna do 2 of those. So let's grab this and let's grab this. And with this one, I'm gonna try accenting with yellows and oranges, and hopefully they show up. So, I actually don't know which one I want to use. This one should be the background one. And I want 2 of these guys for my project, at least. So I'm just... Actually, I can probably take this down here better. And this one's interesting because it has 2 different, unless you want to do all one color, it should have like 2 different colors. So I'm going to try to use this. Let me see if it even accents. Yeah, you can kind of see it. This one's in the background anyhow. So what I'm going to do is do this part, like this yellowy color, and then I'm going to grab some red for the little dots. And hopefully I can get it right on there. Trying to do just the dots. You want to do a little bit more on that one. And it's just going to give a little bit of color, as you can see there. I'm going to do it twice, so I'll do it again just to punch that up. And then I'm going to do it twice, because I want 2 of this particular flower. And then I will be right back. Just using like the corner of this to really just get the ink on those little dots. Okay, so that's one of them, and I'm going to do it twice. Got that one. 2 little flowers there. You clean this off. And then this guy is like the accent in the front. So I just grabbed actually a deeper orange color for that. So I'll need 2 of this guy too. And I use like this deep orange color so it really just pops. Oh, I just missed that bottom part. Okay, and I'm gonna do it again just because, again, these ink pads are pretty juicy and these are acrylic stamps, so it kind of wants to make little like modeling there, so that looks much better. We'll wipe that off. I'm going to do another one. And I think that's all the stamping I'm going to do right now. Do some stamping on our card and things, and then for the sentiment, but let me put that over there. And then I think for the center of this flower, I'm just going to do a little gold center, so we can do that later, because what I need to do right now is focus on the stitching. So we have those guys, and we need the dies. And the dies are going to give us our little things, and I will definitely do the aperture trick on this one because I can't quite see through that, and probably all of these. So I need this one and this one, and the aperture trick is let me grab a scrap of paper. Yeah, this one's good because I know I got glitter and things on this that I can't use later. So let's have this guy, and what you're gonna do is cut yourself a piece like that. Get a piece of washi, and I'll do the same thing for these guys, and just put that on there, right? That one's a little bit thicker than I normally use, but let's go with it. Talking about the washi itself. So we're gonna run that through, and if you want like an accent piece, you can definitely cut that out, like a drop shadow in a different color that coordinates. I mean, I can stitch on this if I wanted to. We still have that there. But what you then do is you just lift this up. You don't take it off. You just lift it up, let it hinge there still, and you find where you're supposed to, looks like there. As you can see, I can see through that window into what I've stamped, and that looks pretty good to me. So just make sure that that pops right back in that same space, that didn't really shift too much. Get yourself some more tape that actually sticks to the paper that you're die cutting so that doesn't move either. And just run it back through, and you'll have a much better idea of what you're die cutting and where you're die cutting, guys. And there you go. So I'll do the same thing for these guys, okay? I'll be right back. Last for now. Sorry, I'm just putting up the machine. And again, I just use that same little aperture, you know, for both. I got that all cut. There's a little piece that, there we go. So we have these guys. Let me clean up a little bit and we will start stitching. Okay, so we have our instruction here for, you know, the stitching that's involved in this little guy. So you just follow along, but what I'm going to do is show you at least once. So with the pink flower, I'm going to use the pink thread, and I do separate my threads. You know, they have 6 strands, and I like to separate them out to 3s, and we don't need that much. I mean, this is kind of a small thing, but I like to work with as much as I can, which is usually like a yard for me, but if you want to work with less, you know, just cut it shorter like this one. And then you kind of go in here and you pull them apart. Now, if you want to leave all 6, go for it, but it might be a little too thick to start going through the holes after a while, especially with the needle that we have here. It's a little bit thicker on its own. So I am going to use the needle that came in the kit, although I have tons of embroidery needles and just needles in general. But I'm kind of keeping these 2 apart and then just splitting them, because if they're close together, they will definitely start knotting. So I just keep like my finger in the center and keep them as far apart as I can. So we have our little kit here. How cute is that? And I mean, generally I would just kind of do one of these and put it through there, but I'm going to use the needle threader since we have it. Just pop it through. Let me get a little bit closer. Try to bring you guys in as slowly as I can. So you put that through the eye of the needle, and then you put this in here, and then you pull that back through. And that's it. That's that easy. And then on the other side, I put a little knot, so just kind of come down here, and what I do is I kind of just twist your fingers and it'll make a knot. I don't know how to explain that, but it does. Or you can just tie it down in the back. And I mean, they're just showing you, let me see. I don't think it matters. You see how there's all these different bits, you know, just sew to wherever you like. Maybe we start with like this one. And basically you just want to cover all the holes. So once I start here, I'm going to maybe come up here. And I don't know if I need to come back through the same hole and go back again. So what I'm going to do is go to the next one over. That way you're putting less thread in these little holes. Now I got into that one, so I'm going to come down here. My little knot's in the way, that's all. Come down in here. And then from here, you're just going to go back up to like the next one, right? Because that's just what makes sense. So instead of kind of doing some weird stuff, on this one I just went across, but you could have come right back down and then down. And you like that one having 3 stitches or 4. If I'm here, I can maybe bring it back up to this last one. Oh, not that one. The one next to it right here. Okay, so that one has 4, let's say. Okay, go back down the center. Now for the next one, I'm going to come up right next to it, the next hole in the center. And now this guy's going to have its own little stitches. Now you see how it looks like it's separate from that one, because it's going to be its own little group of stitches. Now again, I can just go over one and come back down the middle, or you could have just gone down, back up the middle from the one you just came from, and back up here. So just wherever makes sense for it to go next. Maybe that one just has the 3. Let me see how many more holes do I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say that one goes to 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say that one, yeah, okay, so I think that's going to be it for this guy. And I'm going to go to the next hole, just so, you know, we end up having 3 or 4 between each one. If I end up with one with like 2, I'd be like, I don't like that. So, just going in here. Ah. This one should be a 3 or a 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's let this one be a 4. So I'm gonna do one more. Yeah, it's basically whatever you want. Obviously they have images there if you want to try to really copy what they're showing, but I'm just kind of going for it. So now in the next middle hole, this guy, over to this guy. I think that looks cute actually for that one. Then we have 4 holes left, so let's do that, and then this guy can have 4. And the reason I'm just popping over to the next hole at the top and not going back down the middle, it just doesn't, you know, you're going to waste thread going from here to here and then back up the front, so it just was easier to go here and then bring it down the middle for the next one. I don't know. That's just how I think of things. So up that next one, down, and then our last one. Okay, so that's that stitching. And back here, I just kind of run it behind some of the stitches. Let me pull this a little bit. And now I left a loop where I ran it behind. There's like a little loop here. Just go back under that loop. And you can do it again if you like, or just kind of go through a few of them and cut that off. Okay, so that is one stitched up flower. And I'm sorry that it's reading so orange. Whenever I bring out gold paper, my camera's just like, yeah, okay, we're gonna be gold for the next however many. It's like, no, but that's okay. For this next one, the stitching is pretty easy. Again, I don't need too much. I've got maybe a little foot of this, but make it so it's comfortable. You don't want to end up having a little bit and you're just kind of fighting with it the whole time. Now you should take the time to see which 3 threads are closer to each other, but I haven't been doing that today, so there you go. We're going to thread this. I'll definitely try to take some of that orange color off in editing. Yay! Alright, there we go. And again, give yourself a good little knot down here, and basically just twist it and it makes a knot. I don't know. There it is. So with this one, they're saying to do a zigzag, which is very interesting to me because I haven't thought about this. So let me see. If we come up here, you know, that's where we're starting. We're going to go down this one. The thing is, it needs to show up in the front. So if I go down this one but come up in the back, it's not going to show, right? So there's definitely going to be something you have to think about. But I'm just going to go back up, and then I'm going to go back. Oop, you know what? I think I pulled my knot all the way through because my knot was not that big. There we go. Go back into this guy. And that's what makes that V shape right there for the zigzag. I hope that makes sense. And then, you know, I'm going to go back into this hole. There's probably a better way to do this, guys, but this is the only thing I can think of, so sorry. So again, I'm going to go back up in this next one and then come back down where I came from. That's why we're getting that V. So I'm going to go up this one, back to that one. Okay. And then with this one, I actually go to this one and come back down in here. So just whatever you have to do, if you have to go through a couple times to get that pattern to look like a zigzag, just go for it. So like right now I'm going to go through this one, because I'm in the back, right? So to get this zag going, I gotta go back up the hole we already had come from. And then wait for this one, I'm gonna go up to this next one, but I'm gonna come down this one. There might be an easier way, but pretty much this is how I'm doing it. So just so that you keep getting that zigzag going. So I'm gonna go up this top one, go down this guy, and this time when I go up this one, I gotta go back up the one I came from up here. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So this one here, down to this one, and that makes that pattern. But whenever you're in the back, you have to go up the back and then back where you came from on this other side. That's just how it works out, guys. So this one, this is so quick. Oh my gosh. Cute. Down there, up this guy, and then back over here. And hopefully I won't get confused on this last one. It should come from here and then down. And that is that for that little zigzaggy. And again, look how it looks in the back. So I was gonna say at the beginning, I might have done something a little funky because obviously this looks cleaner, but I was just starting out and I was trying to get in my brain like, okay, if I'm doing a zigzag pattern, what do I need to do? Again, go through a couple of these guys, go through the loop you made. Ah, not around. And then back there just to cut it. And they say, and I've mentioned this, the sign of a good cross stitcher or embroiderer is that the back of the project looks as neat as the front, and we're almost there. Alright, let me set this up with some brown thread and I'll be right back. And of course I'll repeat that over here, and then with this guy I'm just going to go up, just starting somewhere, and into this guy. Oh, I don't want to lose my thread. Okay, and so I can just bring this right back down, kind of taut, right? I'm always holding my thread, keeping a nice tension. I go to the next little hole and bring it up to the top one. And then from here, next hole at the bottom to the top. Next little hole down here. Up to the top. And that's how I'm doing it. Now if you have it pulled so tight that maybe you're going to see this little string cross through those little areas, but it should be okay. So these are so fast, oh my gosh. And then our last little flower bit here. Alright. And I'll just go through this one just to make my loop. And then I'll continue kind of through there. Something like that. Don't pull it too tight because again you don't want to show that one thread through the back, but we'll also take care of that when we tack it down. And there's that guy. And these guys pair together like that. Okay, I'll be back. I'll do the other two flowers. I'm just going to put them to the side for right now. And I have been running out of A2 size card bases, so we're just going to make our own real quick. So this is just a standard A2 size piece of paper, the 8.5 by 11. We're going to cut it at 5.5 inches on the 11-inch side. And then I'm going to use, now of course I have this nice piece of paper to make another card base, but I do want a topper background for this. So I'm going to cut it at 4 1/8. By 5 3/8, and I like 8ths. If you don't like that, you can do 4 by 5 1/4, the whole top, you know, whatever it is you like. Oh, we need to score our card base. So this is a little bit of trash, and then a nice piece of paper for another project. And let me score this at 4 1/4, and I hear an emergency vehicle, so I'm gonna take a pause. Score that. I always butt it up to the top corner of whatever scoring tool I'm using. That way I get the straightest card possible. And where did I put, let me see, I'm going to do some embossing. So from the stained glass set, I'm just going to take this guy, and actually this is going to be a little bit smaller all around, so I'll probably cut it down because this gives you a 4 by 5 1/4, I think, embossed look. But you know what, if I put it right in the center, maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. So I'm going to run that through and I'll be right back. And I kind of just left the border, and you know what, I'll probably just leave it that way, that's fine. So I'm just going to glue that down, okay? And that's our background. I'll be right back. We have our background, and what I'm thinking about doing is making like a little bouquet kind of thing. So I'm just going to take a couple of pieces of paper, bring that pink back from the background as an accent, and I'm just going to use my oval nesting dies. And let's see, I kind of want to go with a bigger size too, even though it does cover a bit from the back, but that's okay. So we'll let that one, no, that one's too big. And this one, I think that one's right on, so it needs to be the one right under that. Yeah, these two guys. Okay, so I'm going to run these through. I'm going to do some stamping on that white paper, on the white oval, but I think I'm going to do it afterward. So I'm just going to run these guys through just to have a little pink lacy guy, and then this guy behind that, or in front of it, but I'll be right back. These pieces here, and essentially it's going to be something like that with our cute little flowers, you know, here and there, and then maybe some greenery, and then whatever we're going to do for our cute. That fills up really well in that area. So anyway, let me grab some stamps and I'll be right back. So as I was saying about the stamps, basically, if that's what this is, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. I don't have to, but I kind of want to see really where the flowers are going to be in relation to everything that's on here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. And I'm going to stamp freehand, and if that scares you, then don't do it. Okay, plan it out a little bit differently. Use your stamp press or however. Okay, so we have the little stem here. And I have lots of different colors of green, so maybe the stem, I'll start with this. And then again, I'm going to pay attention to if I have this here, and this guy like here, or this one in front, however I'm going to do that. I want like a main stem like right in here or so. And then you can turn these, you know, turn this so that the flowers are going in different directions, the little stems. And just because you have a stem there doesn't mean it has to be like perfectly, you know. But let's go that way, and then this one also probably needs to go a little more tilted that way. That's just something I'm eyeballing, guys. It's not, you know, the biggest deal. They're just kind of there, and then maybe with some different greenery. And I don't know if any of it will even show up too much, but we can go for it. And use like this brighter green, and I wipe this guy off. And we can use some of our greenery, some of the larger, or maybe just this little guy. Right? And it's just to add a little something right in there. I don't know if that'll show, but that's okay. You know, that's up in that corner. And we're going to have like our label in here somewhere. So that's kind of why I'm just doing whatever. Let's look at that again. You can see a little greenery back there. And maybe some poking out from right here. And again, I'm just doing that part to wherever it might touch. That's probably good. And maybe a little something peeking out back here. And I'm just doing a little bit there, okay? Alright, let me clean up and put some things away and I'll be right back. Fired up my hot glue gun because I think I'm going to hot glue those guys since they have some bulkiness in the background behind them, you know. And I'm also just going to take, this little guy, which is the center of that flower. And I'm just going to run it through this shiny gold paper, okay? And I'll be right back. Okay, so I have that hot glue gun fired up, and actually I'll bring this over. And you know what, since we have hot glue ready to go, might as well just use it. So I'm gonna put that on here. And just centering it as well as I can there. We need to put these guys together, I think, before we put them down, so something like that. See how I kind of tuck this? So I'm going to get some glue on there to make sure that this comes over this way. And we can put a little glue down at the bottom too. Just don't want it showing too much. And I kind of want it cupped a little bit. So I'll do the same thing for the other guy. You can bring it out a little further if you'd like. Just kind of something you kind of look down in there. I think that's cute. I'll do the same thing with the other one because this one's a little more plain, but I really like this one on top. And what we'll do is we'll put some dimensionals. So for this one, I'm just going to put a little hot glue and just kind of get that down. And this one can be a little bit, well, I guess I could have put hot glue down also, but more this way, a little more organic looking. That's what I like. And then this guy's going to be popped up like right in here. So I'll use dimensionals for that one. And just a little tiny dot right in the center to hold this guy on. Again, I just went with that gold. I think that's cute. And to be honest, once you do this, you can't really tell that there was some coming out from just this one and some coming out from this one. You could have just gone around, you know, willy-nilly, but it looks cute again without that. So you can see how the petals are coming out. Okay, I think that's it for right now. So let me turn off the hot glue gun and I'll be right back. Finish anything up, you know, I'm gonna bring my little label, and I haven't stuck this down yet, so we have that there. Let me put this to the side somewhere. Actually, let me see which one of these I would want on here, and that way. This guy? Sure, let's use this one. So whatever coordinates with this guy, that's what we're gonna stamp. It's easy. Oh, that's so cute. So we have an outer kind of border stamp, and then today and always, you know, sending love, thinking of you. Let's do sending love. And I suppose we can use like the pink. Actually, let's do, no, let's not do that. Let's do the orange, just to bring orange back to the front. I think that's cute. So let's do this guy. And I'm gonna try to just go for it. And if I need to redo it, I will redo it. I think this is good. Here, yep. I'll just make sure I give it some time to really soak in that ink. Looks good. Okay, wipe, and then I finish washing this off when I'm done with my projects. Sorry, that was a stamping block. And then my sending love, I'll stamp in black ink, just so it pops. And I'm totally eyeballing this, which it's great, that's great. Let's just put that right in there, right there. Let's just go for it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, and I think I'm done stamping everything, so I'm going to go wash my chamois just under water, hot water, cold water. I would say hot, I guess, if you want to release a little bit more of the ink, but other than that, that's all I do. I just rinse it out and then wring it out and put it back in the little plastic bag. And I'm thinking actually for the future, I'll probably just put it in like a Dollar Tree Tupperware. You know what I'm saying? It's not Tupperware, but you know what I mean? Like one of those reusable containers, because that way I just pop it in there and put the lid on, you know? But I'll be right back. Actually, in the meantime, I'll also go ahead and cut this out. I can see pretty well the border on that, so I think I'm just gonna eyeball that and tape it and then run it through. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, super easy to see through, so you can just die cut that. And let me grab some dimensionals. I'm looking for some larger ones, but maybe I'm still going to go with these smaller ones. That's fine. I'm just gonna put them on here. Oh, you know what? Let's do our little thing where we go like this and then glue down the sides, and then I still have to glue down my pink flowers, so let's do that. But what I'm just gonna do is a little of this, a little of this. So that keeps it kind of up in the center, and I probably should have given it a zhuzh before we started. And it'll be kind of like in here. So see, it pops up there, and then I'm just gluing down the center, the sides. And when I come back, I'm gonna have quite a bit of dimensionals on that, probably double them up so that it's a little bit taller. Okay guys, so I just strategically placed double high on these, and then the ones that are kind of touching more of the flowers on the sides, I just did one high on that. And then I'm just gonna bring this here, and let me eyeball what I'm doing. That looks really cute. So let's pop that there. So again, double high, and then these guys are touching just on the side there. And there's our card. A lot of texture, a lot of dimension. I would say it's probably a quarter of an inch high, because that's basically the 2/8 of an inch, dimensional stacked on top of each other. It's not too high. And just really beautiful with that stained glass in the background, a little sending love. Just, having fun with the greenery, and really fast stitching. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll have the images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.